So, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. My name is Rich Clark, and I have been a hypnotherapist, psychotherapist for over 8 years, and I've been a holistic therapist for the last 14 years. Now, with this today, to carry on the 8 limbs of yoga, I have mentioned meditation, but I'm going to actually going a little bit more on meditation advice called dhyana. Not Diana, it's Dhyana, is how you would actually say it in the ancient Sanskrit. Now, what this is going to be showing some practical advice for beginning meditation from the yogic perspective, particularly as it relates to dhyana meditation within the 8 limbs of yoga. So I'm going to start with this meditation. Starting with meditation can feel very overwhelming. So let's break it down into manageable steps. So number 1 is start small and build up. Now, what I was always talking about this before with meditation is about consistency. So when you start small and build up, begin with just 5 to 10 minutes daily of meditation practice. Now, I would say choose a consistent time, mainly find early morning ideal. So once you cleaned up or you do whatever that is, some people like to do meditation as soon as they wake up, and they do it for 5 to 10 minutes, then they do what they want to do. Some people like to think they have to eat, whatever. It's very difficult for some people because most people, in average, if they're being honest, they rush around in the morning, or if it's cold, they're not very keen to get up from bed. However, if you could just spare that 5 to 10 minutes starting up, it really is helpful. It just clears the mind, and that actually, especially after a night's sleep, someone's clearing the mind is then doing meditation, then looking at water to flush the system out and clean it out. That is usually a really good way of starting the day. So within this, you gradually increase duration as you become more comfortable. So myself, I do early morning meditation for about 10-20 minutes per morning, and then I also do about 10-20 minutes before I go to bed. So that's kind of how I work on average. Sometimes more, sometimes less, but it does help. So number 2, you create the right environment. This is actually key. So no matter where you live or what environment it is, you've got to find a quiet and clean space. Why? Quiet is one aspect, so quiet that nobody disturbs you, but the clean space is also important, because the clean space is about how you feel about yourself. So that's why most people would probably, with meditation, actually want to clean first, and they believe that the more they're clean, in yoga people like to think that they should be clean first, then do meditation. But again, it's up to you. Again, it depends how you want to focus this, but this would really help you. And it would also help you towards having motivation and working towards the next thing you want to do. So find a comfortable cushion or a chair that allows your spine to be straight. So again, think about a cushion, sitting down. I would say if you're doing yoga, most people sit on the floor, but having a cushion also helps because you can do that, and then that aligns your spine straight. And it is a difference from being slouching to spine straight. It changes things. So it helps more with alignment. So, and consider keeping the space dedicated to your practice. So this, some people say corner of a room. I wouldn't say that. I think if you just find a space where you know it's quiet, some people like meditation music. I would say it's better when you first start meditation to be quiet, and actually to quiet the mind would really help, especially those who have ADHD or so forth. So next one is your foundation techniques, especially this is good for beginners, is breath awareness called Anapana. So sit comfortably with an erect spine, close your eyes, and then simply observe your natural breath without changing it. When your mind wanders, which is very normal when you start this, is gently bring attention to the breath. And this is probably one of the most easiest things to do, but it really helps with meditation practice. Now, your progressive body scan, you get better at this, is you start from the crown of the head, which is what we call here, is the crown here. And then what you do is you slowly move your attention down through each part of your body. Now, in the Western world, we would talk about the 7 chakras, which is crown, third eye, throat, heart, solar plexus, heart, solar plexus, sacral, and root. If you then get more into Ayurvedic study or Vedic study, you will know there's 12 chakras. But if anything, it's more not even understanding who the chakras are, is actually feeling the parts of this going through your body. And you'll feel this within your face, tingling, or certain things working. And then once you get more aware of it, you will actually know which part of your body is aware and what feelings are coming up. So within this, you slowly move down this body, and then you notice any sensations without judgment. So you don't judge what the sensations are, you just do that, and then you would usually write it down in a journal. and this helps towards body awareness and relaxation. So a simple mantra meditation is choose a simple word or phrase like Om or peace and repeat it silently with each breath. This gives the mind a focal point. Now, what I do teach people is when anybody does a session with me, is actually what I do is actually get them, when they're in hypnosis, is actually teach them how to do their own mantra. And everybody actually has their own mantra. And the idea of a mantra is if you repeat it 108 times, it's to do with the circumference and the energy of the earth. So what actually you will see most yogis do, they've actually got a specific mantra and they will repeat this 108 times. Now some people, what you have to do is find something what works for you. So some people going Om doesn't work for them. Sometimes it's a bit too resonant, doesn't work for them. What you've got to understand is that sometimes it's a phrase or whatever that is, and you find a rhythm, and then once you repeat that, the more you get used to it, then with 5 to 10 minutes it gets longer. So as long as you've repeated it 108 times, you do find that your alignment changes, and it's really useful. So your important tips for success, number 4, don't fight your thoughts. Observe them like clouds passing. A big thing, if your thoughts, don't try and overthink. This is a big problem for most people, is they overthink, and that's why meditation doesn't work for them. And the idea is, in meditation, is to be within yourself. Look at the inner light of yourself. Consistency matters more than duration. So the thing is, if you're actually doing 5 to 10 minutes a day, and you're being consistent every day and you're doing it, that's better. If you're doing like 10 minutes one day, the next day, and 2 days you're doing 2 half an hour, it doesn't work. You've got to get that consistency, and then also that's how your body gets used to it. It's like training your body. So you wouldn't expect, like if you're training, if you're wanting a baby to walk or anything, you don't expect the baby to just do a one-day walk. You've got to train and get to that stage, and then eventually it gets better and can run and so forth. It's the same with humans. You've got to train the brain correctly. It's like a dog as well. The dog doesn't just straight away sit. You have to teach it to do that. And the brain is the same. The brain is like programming. So you have to explain. And this is actually correct programming, because this actually helps you. Not the rubbish programming of wondering what's going on in the world. That doesn't help you. There's no perfect meditation. Each session will be different. So sometimes you'll do meditation and a lot of things will come in your head and you'll be like, oh wow, I don't think that was very effective today. And other times you'll be doing it and you'll be so at peace. And you've got to accept each thing's what come up. And I say, if anything does come up and you get worried about it, write it down. And actually find a practitioner who can help you to interpret it. The same as dreams interpretation. There's a lot of dreams interpretation which helps you with that as well. Whether you believe in that, that's up to you, but it does help. Connect meditation with your breath, pranayama, or breathwork as we know it as in the West, but pranayama is the Vedic culture way, as they're deeply linked in yoga. So your certain different breath pranayamas styles actually help you through different meditations to achieve